Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GMAT out of this book here, the GMAT review, the official guide. If you do not have it, buy it immediately. You will find it at mba.com. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 169, the very last problem on that page, problem solving number 130. What it says is that we are given a value of a range on the number line, and the question simply is, which of the following inequalities is an algebraic expression for the shaded part of the number line above? The shaded part of the number line above, I hope you can see it from here, goes all the way from here, -5. Oh, I made it worse, I think. All the way from -5 to +3. This is the shaded part that we're given here, this portion here, which means x has to be more than or equal to -5. It could be equal to, because -5 is included and 3 is included because the dot is closed. Had it been an open dot, that means x has to be greater than -5 or less than 3. Open dot means that. If the dots are closed, that means we can include the -5 and 3. The endpoints are included. So I wrote it in this form here. X has to be between -5 and +3. X is greater than or equal to -5 or less than or equal to 3. We're going to go through each single answer choices and see which one agrees with it. Let's look at A. A says absolute value of x is less than or equal to 3. What this tells me is that x can be as low as -3, x can be as low as -3, or it could be as high as +3. It's between this and that. Does this fit that pattern? Obviously not, because here x is allowed to be as low as -5. This only allows x to be as low as -3. This will allow -4. This does not. A is not right. Let's look at B. With B, the problem is just the opposite. I hope you're able to see right away that this tells me that x is less than or equal to -5, which is fine here. X is allowed to go up to -5, but this also tells me that x is less than or equal to +5. +5 is not allowed. The highest that x can be is 3. On the number line that we are shown here is that x cannot be more than 3. This is no good, because this allows x to be all the way up to 5. It's no good. Let's look at C. I think it'll be better if I erase A and B, because I need more room for C, D, and E, so I'm going to erase A and B. Let's look at C. C says absolute value of x minus 2 is less than or equal to 3. Let's take a look at it. Again, I'm going to set it up exactly the way I set up the other one before. For example, if I'm told that absolute value of x is less than or equal to 3, how do we set it up? Like this. X has to be more than or equal to -3, and less than or equal to +3. We're going to set it up the same way here. So x minus 2 is less than or equal to +3, or more than or equal to -2. Or -3 rather. Because we have 3 here. And I'm just going to solve for x. Let's do it together. So how do I solve for x? I have to somehow get rid of -2 here. So I add +2 to every part. Solving for x in inequality is exactly the same as solving for the unknown in equality. There is no difference. For example, if I tell you that p minus 3 equals 7, how would you solve for p? You will add 3 to both sides, and you will say that p equals to 10. This is same as this. If I were to change this thing, instead of equal sign, if I had inequality, nothing would change. Nothing would change. Same thing. Unless you multiply both sides by a negative number, then the direction of the sign changes, but I won't go into it right now. So let's solve it then. So this tells me that x is less than or equal to, see this 2 cancels out, -3 plus 2 gives me -1, and this gives me negative 5. There are two problems here. Here, x is allowed to be as high as positive 5. We are not allowed x to go beyond 3. And the problem here on this end is that x stops at negative 1. Our x is allowed to go all the way up to negative 5. C is no good. Let's take a look at D. C is no good. D says negative x minus absolute value of x minus 1 is less than or equal to 4. Let's take a look at it again. We're going to set it up the same way. So x minus 1 is less than or equal to positive 4 or is less than or equal to negative 4. How do I solve for x? Well, I need to get rid of this negative 1 here, so I add 1 to all the parts. When I add 1 to all parts, this one drops out. Here I end up with negative 4, positive 1, that gives me negative 3. And here positive 4 and positive 1 gives me negative 3. Ah, this is the tricky one. The answer choice D is tricky one. I almost fell for it. It's just the opposite. We have a negative 5 here and a positive 3 there. Here they have negative 3 on this end and positive 5 on that end. This is just the reverse. It allows x to be as high as 5 on the positive side. Our x only goes up to 3 and stops x here at the negative 3. Our x can go all the way up to negative 5. This is no good. This is just the reverse. E would have to be the answer. Let's solve E together at the bottom here. E says x plus 1 absolute value is less than or equal to 4. Let's see what it gives us. Again, I'm going to set it up here. So my x plus 1 could be as high as 4 and can be as low as negative 4. How do I solve for it? I subtract 1 from all three sides. I hope you can see is this low. Maybe I should solve the E on the top somewhere. Let me solve E here. C is no good, as you can clearly see. Well, I'm going to continue here. Subtract 1 from everywhere. Negative 4 and negative 1 gives me negative 5. It's less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4 minus 1 is 3. As you can see, I hope that this E is exactly same as what we are given on the top here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go in the back of the camera. I'm going to check how much time I have left, and I want to see if you can see the bottom. If you can see it, I'm going to continue the clip. Otherwise, I have to do the redo. So that's all there is. That's all. We're done. It goes from negative 5, when negative 4 and negative 1 gives me negative 5, which is what I have here, and a positive 4 and negative 1 becomes positive 3, which is what I have here. E is same as the range that we're giving on the top there. Answer is E. I hope you found this helpful. If you wish to buy the DVDs that I have put together, which contain the solutions to all the math problems, or if you wish to hire my services for personal private tutoring, I do that as well. I'm located in Connecticut. In either case, go to my website at www.prepforgmat.com and send me an email. Alright? Thank you. Bye.